All books are out of sight, out of mind. Vivian, Luke, Jackson. I'll wait till all eyes on me. All books are out of sight. So yesterday, during after school care, I was cleaning out our library and I was putting new books out for all my friends to read. And there was one book that came out that I thought looked familiar, but I couldn't remember what it was about. So I was asking all my friends, can you tell me about this book? And no one in class knew anything about this book. But my friend, Miss Jamie, said, check out this website. It has all these books on there, and it gives you a book review of all these books. And so I'm going to show you what that book review looks like. So the book that I found, Andresa, was If You Give a Mouse a Cookie. And so on here, it gives me a rating for this book with the amount of stars, and it also gives me a book summary. This summary tells me a little bit about what this book is about. So for the summary, it says, if a hungry little traveler shows up at your house, you might want to give him a cookie. If you give him a cookie, he's going to ask for a glass of milk. He'll want to look in a mirror to make sure he doesn't have a milk mustache, and then he'll ask for a pair of scissors to give himself a trim. So when I read that review and that summary, I got an idea what this book was about, and people who went on this website also gave it 4.5 stars out of 5. So it must be a pretty good book, right? Okay. So today we are going to be giving book reviews using a summary. And yesterday, Miss Jules came over to Miss Casey and I, and she said, my class heard about your book, Not Norman, and we want to read it. And so I thought, well, let's give Miss Jules' class a book review on Not Norman. So, fist to 5, show me how many stars you believe we should give Not Norman. Fist to 5. They're out of 5. I see 5s.
5.5.
Well, they're out of 5 stars.
5.5. I said 5.5.
But we can only go to 5. So 1 through 5. See a lot of 4s and a lot of 5s. So can we agree on giving the book 4.5 stars?
Out of 5.
Okay, so we're going to write Not Norman, Samuel. And we are going to give it 5.5 stars. Or 4.5, sorry. 1, 2, 3, and then a little half. Okay, and I want to know the reasons why we can give it 4.5 stars. Cash?
Because it's kind of like all fish. He's like bringing it to the pet store, and
So we can relate to this story?
yeah,
Because we have our own class fish.
like
Okay, so we can relate. It's relatable.
all fish.
Mm-hmm. Why else would we give it 4.5 stars? Allison? One thing. So it's one story. Okay. One, we can say one specific story. Why else should we give it 4.5 stars? Andresa?
Because it's a good book, but it's not like our favorite.
So you think it's a good book. And why do you think it's a good book? What makes it a good book?
It's funny.
It's funny. Okay.
It has a fish in it. Because Norman, he's just like our other fish, like working around.
Text to self. We can relate to it.
But he's not just working around. No, but he's square.
Text to square.
I like a goldfish.
Okay. So we gave Not Norman a rate of 4.5 stars, But now we need to summarize and give a summary of what this book is about. So Miss Jules' class could read, okay, this is what the book is about. Do we want to continue and read it? So let's think for a moment of how we could summarize Not Norman in our own words. Think about it. Think about what happened first, what happened next, how it ended. Turn and talk to your neighbor about how we can make a summary of Not Norman. Hannah? Okay. Okay. Hannah, how could we summarize? Brandon, I need you to put that out of sight, out of mind. Think about what happened first and next. Class, class. Class, class, class. Vivian. When we give our summaries, we want to think about what the whole story is about. Okay? So when we keep that in mind, what the whole story is about, how can we make a summary? Vivian. Who would like to share? Elena. Okay, so we can start out a boy who gets a fish for his birthday, right? Does everyone agree? Yeah. Okay. Then what's a part we could add that's important to next? Earlier today, we discussed giving book reviews, using summaries, also using a number of stars. And so we discussed giving a book review to our book, Not Norman. We decided to give this book 4.5 stars because it is relatable, specific, and funny. And for our summary, we said this story is about a boy who gets a fish for his birthday, but he doesn't like him that much. Does he decide to keep him or not? Read to find out. So this will give your reader a small little snippet of what this book is going to be about. And today I asked you to use your sticky note to write a book review for a book that you've already read. So I want you to take those sticky notes out. Okay, with our book reviews, you are going to stand up, mix and mingle, and when you partner up, you're going to tell them what book you reviewed, how many stars you gave it, and the summary that you wrote. Right? Mix and mingle. Partner up. Hi. What book did you review? Okay. And how many stars did you decide to give this book? Here, just tell me right now. How many stars would you give this book?
I think I would give it
3. And what is your summary that you wrote about this book? So this book is about dinosaurs dancing different times. Okay.
What are you doing?
Awesome. Class, class. Class, class, class. Okay. We will mix and mingle one more time. Share with a different partner the book that you reviewed. All right, mix and mingle. Partner up. Will you be my partner, Ethan? Okay. What book did you review?
Mud has a and I think it has 5 stars because it's a really funny book and it goes down is Mud a puppy or not?
So you have to read the book to find out if he's a puppy or not a puppy?
You've got to read the title. I guess I wasn't telling them the one word of the title.
Wow.
So they've got to find out that one word, puppy or not.
Huh, interesting. U-shape. Were you sitting back in our U-shape? Back in our U-shape. Okay. Okay. I need everyone to put their books out of sight, out of mind. I heard a lot of good book reviews. Who would like to share a book review that they have written? Allison?
Biscuit. I gave it 5 stars. It's about a girl who tries to get her dog upset, but it keeps on wanting what things does it.
Ava?
It was about a boy who couldn't believe he was
So I wonder what will happen. And how many stars did you give that book? 5. Okay. As you continue to read your books, I want you to be thinking about what you'd give this book a rating, Ethan, and also how you could write a summary to let a reader know just a little bit about what is important in the whole story. Okay? We are now going to get ready for lunch.